Chapter 8. The Horses of the Sun. As gods did in those long ago days, Apollo sometimes took the form of a man and came down to walk on the earth as a man. There, as a man, he met and loved a woman who was mortal, and they had a son, a beautiful boy, named Pathon. Pathon grew up on earth with his mother, but she told him of his father. Each day the boy watched the sun god drive his golden chariot across the heavens, and he was proud. He longed for the world to know that this golden god was his father. When Pathon had grown to be a young man, he went to live with his father in the heavens. Apollo was proud of his son, and his joy at having him with him. He promised to grant the boy any wish. Pathon was young and daring. Many times he had watched his father drive his fiery horses on the trip across the sky. Always he had wished he was driving them himself. So that's what he asked, to drive the chariot of the sun across the heavens just one time. Then Apollo was sorry he had promised. He begged Pathon to make some other wish. "None but a god can drive the horses of the sun," he told the boy. "I am your son," Pathon said, "the son of a god." "But your mother was a mortal. You're only half god, my son." "Yeah, I want to drive the fiery horses. I want to climb the sky." "The horses are wild, too strong for you to hold." "I will drive them, I will," cried the boy, and he leapt into the chariot. Already the great doors of the stable were open. Already the time had come for the sun to be in the sky. The horses were pawing the ground. Fire flamed from their nostrils. They were ready to be off. Before Apollo could say more, Pathon took the reins in his hands, and the horses leapt into the sky. What a climb! Up, up, up went the horses, so fast and so high that it took Pathon's breath away. But his heart was filled with wild joy. Higher and higher, past the highest birds, the horses went, even higher than the clouds. Then Pathon looked down at the earth far below. He saw the light moving across the land as day spread over the world, and he was proud. "People will see me driving the horses of the sun. They will know that I, Pathon, am the son of the sun god. They will thank me for bringing them warmth and light." How strong he felt, how full of joy, and how free, with the whole wide sky around him. But the horses felt that the hands on the reins were different hands. They knew they were not as strong as the ones they were used to. They tossed their heads, they reared and kicked. They liked the feel of fighting hands too weak to hold them. They turned away from the steep path on the top of the heavens and began to race down the sky. Fast, faster, and faster they went, and the chariot was dashed from side to side. But how easy it was for the horses, much easier than the hard climb up. So down they plunged, with their bright manes flowing in the wind like flames. Pathon pulled on the reins with all his strength. He must get the horses back on the path of the sky. He must. He pulled until his arms ached. He pulled until the sweat ran down from his face. He pulled up until his eyes were full of tears. But all his strength was not enough. The fiery horses of the sun plunged on, down and down, nearer and nearer to the earth. They came so near that the earth began to burn. Trees and grass and houses burned. Rivers and lakes turned into steam. People cried out in terror. Zeus, the king of the gods, heard the cries of the people from his home on the mountaintop. He looked and saw the world in flames. He saw the chariot of the sun plunging ever nearer to the earth. He knew he must do something to save the earth, and quickly. So he hurled his mighty thunderbolt at young Pathon. The boy fell from the chariot. Like a falling star he fell, down and down into the deep of the sea. Then the horses were afraid and slowed their wild dash. They stopped their plunge into the earth and turned to find once more the path they knew. In the end, they made their way to the gates of night in the west of the world. At last the terrible day was over. But Pathon was dead in the sea. There he was found by gentle river nymphs. They took him up from the sea, and they made a grave for him on the shore of the sea. Over him his sisters shed golden tears. The night wind sang sad songs, and Apollo himself came down to mourn for his son. On his grave they put these words: "Here lies young Pathon, the son of the sun god. He dared to do the deeds that gods do, and he died for his daring."